Hey guys, what's up there? Welcome to United Chokros, and there has been a lot going around Man United for the last 3 or 4 days. A game got called off. You can't say called off, but postponed because of the protest happening outside Old Trafford. So we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Glazer response and what are they going to do and what next after this protest. Also, since we have a game tomorrow, you could call it formalities, but yes, we will be discussing about that game, Roma versus Man United preview. Now, guys, do subscribe to our channel, bottom right hand corner, and do like the video and let us know your opinion in the comment section. So, I have with me today both AB and Prashant. It's rarely that I have both of them. I think it's the first time that I'm having both of them on the show. Welcome, guys, to the show. Now, before I've already spoken about my view on this protest. So first, AB, I would like to ask you, what are your takeaways from the protest, and do you think is it going to have a positive impact going further?
Well, see, DV, first of all, it is very justified. The protests were very justified from the fans. But the way they did it, I think so that was too much because that was not supposed to be, it's absolutely fine to show your feelings towards the club, whatever feelings they are going through, the emotions basically what the fans have with the club. That was very clearly seen. But evading on the pitch, coming on the pitch,
Yeah,
creating a bigger. It was not that much required, and especially with the ongoing COVID-19 as well. Keeping that in mind,
correct.
that was not really required. Even Soldier said in his press conference as well, it is absolutely
Mhm.
fine that the fans show their concern, they show their emotions, but at the same time, think about the club, think about what they are doing actually.
Correct.
Ultimately, the police had to intervene, get in a bit of a problem with the fans, a bit of
Mhm.
pushing here and there, and all kind of stampedes. So that was something which was not required. But apart
Yeah,
from that, the feeling, the emotions of the fans could be clearly seen on Sunday.
yeah, yeah.
It was quite eminent that they are not really happy with the way Glazers are going by. And Roy can also mention that if Glazers take this quite lightly, they might get a very bad time because the fans have just started, and
Yes.
if they keep on doing the same behavior, worst can be expected here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is just the beginning, and this is not something which is built up overnight, or due to European Super League announcement. This anger among the fans has been building up for the past 15 years. Now, Prashant, you are aware of what people at around in Sky Sports, Graham Souness, and other media personalities have spoken up. They said that Glazers have actually, invested in Man United squad by spending around 1 billion. Now, how do you think Graham Souness is right? And because I never understand his opinion, because back in a year back he said Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should be sacked. He's got no clue what he's doing, and then he finished. We finished third in the league, and we are right now second in the league. So not just talking about Graham Souness, a lot of media reporters as well speaking about against this protest. So what do you think? I mean, was this protest justified, and or did we go too much, or we should have just stood there and watched those games, let Glazers run away, or take more money out of our club?
Well, see, with regards to the protest, I think the protest was justified, and I keep hearing these reports that yes, of course, the violence was a little too much. But the matter of the fact is that the reason we are actually talking about it is due to the the way the protests were held. Let's just say that because I mean, the gone are the days when those peaceful protests would work because these are Glazers, they won't care. This is not the first protest that has happened which has been against the labels. It's been happening since 2005, but now it is gaining attention because people know that United have collapsed to a normal, to a more mediocre side compared to what they used to be. So, and that's why the fans had to take a more extreme step. If you look at it from a fan's perspective, this match was against Liverpool, which is one of the largest games in the Premier League. This was also one of the games which would have taken place in the Super League had it gone ahead. So,
Yeah.
in those terms, what has happened has, I think it is the correct thing. In fact, it
Mm.
feels like a good day. A very, I mean, as many experts have also said, that it in
Mm.
fact feels a very good day for English football because Manchester United fans, they are the leaders in so many ways, right? So rather than the rest of the clubs which are left behind in the Super League, the smaller clubs, it's not them. It is the biggest club, the fans of the club which led the Super League moment. They are the ones who are protesting. So that's a huge thing. Uh, Coming back to Graham Souness, I think he's just an idiot. I mean, I have never. There are very few people who are more blatantly anti-Man United, and specifically being an ex-Liverpool player, he shouldn't be stating so many things against Man United. I mean, he was against Pogba, he was against Jose, and even when I remember he said something like the Glazers will not care about these protests. Like it's almost as if to just because these are Man United protests, he's just trying to bog them down right from the start. I don't think we should take people like him seriously. Most of the people that I have come across, a lot of them are are condemning the violence. But again, like the violence reports are also, I don't think there are too many confirmations of it, at least from the sources I hear. So, yes, they went on with the page, they included the page, and it was kind of a risk in the current COVID scenario, yes, but that is the only way that they managed to get their voices heard. Protesting outside the stadium wouldn't have worked. Nothing else would have worked, logically speaking. So, I have no qualms about what has happened.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I agree with you. Yes, Graham Souness is an idiot because he spoke about Glazers backing the managers by signing Falcao. Louis Van Gaal, after he was sacked a year later, he came out and said Falcao was his fourth option. He wanted to sign Lewandowski, was not given. He wanted to sign second option was Higuain, not given. Third option was Prime Cavani, not given. And then he had to settle with Falcao. Now, how is that backing a manager? I really don't understand his point because last year he said that Ole shouldn't be given any chance because just because he's a legend, he should not be given any chance and he should be sacked. So yes, you're right. He shouldn't be taken seriously. Now, important thing that's coming out of the protest is now the police have anticipated it. Now they know that this things like this can happen in the future. Man United board members will be aware of this, so they will all be ready with this. Now it's good that it happened. The protest happened. Again, I am condemning the violence. I don't. The violence should never have happened because it takes away the beauty of the protest. Because the protest is all about your freedom of speech. What do you think? As a fan, you're voicing your opinion against something which has been happening since the last 15 years. But the violence actually, takes away the attention from the actual protest. So what next after the protest? Because again, I don't think in such a large scale protest we'll be able to manage because everyone will be ready for it. So what I say is Glazers care about the money. The most important thing for them is money. Let's hit them on the pocket. Let's unsubscribe from MUTV. Let's not go to Adidas showroom and buy Man United merchandise. That's what will hurt them the most. If their pockets get hit, they will think about it. They'll think about either selling it or change the way they operate the club. What do you guys think about it? Maybe first you.
Well, it sounds good, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen because we have the biggest fan base in the world. Even if they hate the owners, but they don't hate the club. That's the good point. They
Yeah.
love the players, they love the club. So that love for the club and the emotions attached to the club, it's not going to lose any time. So, irrespective of whatever happens, the new season comes. The first thing United fan would do is rush to a store and buy the new jersey. Wearing their favorite players jersey around on them and just showing it to the world because see that's how the fans love the players, they love the game, but
Hmm.
the owners don't really care about it, and that's the worst part. It's not a small team, as Prashant correctly said. United is one of the biggest clubs, and overall in the entire world United has the biggest fan base. Even if the likes of Real Madrid, likes of FC Barcelona, irrespective of any club for that matter, United has the biggest fan base. And it's not only in India or in UK; it's all around the world. So, it's really going to be difficult to what you said just to unsubscribe. That's not going to happen because even if you see the match going
Yeah, but
tomorrow,
what comes in MUTV is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference that you can watch on YouTube an hour later or a couple of hours later. A lot of ways to watch it. I mean, see, I'm not saying that you do it forever. Hit them in the pocket for one season. You know, one season the shirt value decreases, not much revenue coming from that value from that particular merchandise or from the MUTV. They will be really it'll rile them up. They will either sell the club or start taking some drastic steps. I'm just
But
asking to do
David,
one season.
but David, just with this point, I have one simple question for you. Just understanding your point of view now,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
let's not take the jersey. So if I give you an option to take an Arsenal jersey instead of a Man U jersey, will you take it?
No, the that's completely different. As a Man United supporter, I will never wear another jersey. But the thing is, I'm saying let's not buy a jersey. Be it Man United, I'm just referring to Man United. I'm saying let's not buy for this season. You know, see, we love the players. The most important thing is the love for the club. We don't want our club to suffer because players will be gone for in the next 4 5 years. But as fans, we'll be there for the next 20 30 years. We'll keep on buying those merchandises a couple of years later. We'll keep on doing it. Just to, and I know, it's very difficult. It's very easy for me to sit here and say, but honestly, unless we hit their pockets, they're not going to change. Either they're not going to change, nor they're going to, sell the club. Now, like I said, only thing they care about is money. They don't care about the glory on the pitch, how we do, how well we do on the pitch, how many trophies we win. They are only bothered as long as we're qualifying for the Champions League, because qualifying for the Champions League generates revenue. That's why they will never sack a manager unless he doesn't qualify for the Champions League. You see the past history. One goal got sacked because he couldn't qualify for the Champions League, even though he won the FA Cup. Mourinho was going in the wrong direction. This is what I am saying. They will not care about the trophies, performances, and I'm not saying you should do it. It's just my idea. If as a fan base we can unite and hit them on their pockets, I think there's some that will actually be a protest, and it will really rile them up.
Well, let's hope so, Dave. But I more or less I don't think so that's gonna happen because
Yeah, yeah, that.
when you pass by a sports shop or any of the biggest brand outlets, you see a United jersey, it'll tempt you to buy that, and more or less 90% you'll do that. So it becomes very difficult on a practical term to think about it. But yes, their pockets need to be hit very hard, and that's the only way they will realize how fans feel when they behave so stupid with the
Exactly.
team.
Correct.
So that's the
Uh,
only way to make them realize the point, DB. That's what I think.
yeah. So, if I may add to that,
Yeah.
guys. So, I mean, yeah, of course, hitting their pockets is the only way out here. But you need to understand that, like, one of the things which has been said a lot is that we unsubscribe from MUTV. But I don't really think, I mean, as many fans as we have, I don't think all of those fans
There are
would have
there are
subscribed to
many
them.
fans. See, Nick,
Yeah, but
MUTV is one of the way. Not
uh,
unliking, not following them on social media. Then
yeah.
I'm
So
not talking about India. Outside India, do you know on TikTok, Man United is the most successful club on TikTok. On
on
TikTok platform, Man United is, is
yeah,
the football
um,
club which is most number of. Stop watching the videos.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah, so that's what I'm coming to. So I don't think MUTV, like the channel MUTV, is to be unsubscribed from. I think we should unsubscribe and unfollow their pages on Facebook, Twitter.
Mm,
I've done that
mm,
actually. It's not the
mm,
first time. I've actually done it for like at least the past 6 months or so because every once in a while this thing comes up. So uh, the practices which were told are a little weird, but I'll still tell you. So because on social media, right, what counts are the number of hits they get, the number of likes they get, the number
mm,
of views. So you, of course, you can just unfollow Man United pages on across social media. The other thing is that even if you Google search, right, like we if we are outside, we'll just search Man United and we'll see the latest match, right? So rather than just searching Man United, just search for the Premier League instead. So even there, they
mm.
are not getting that search. So that is
Correct.
also
Correct. Yeah.
affecting them.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things which we can do as fans, as minute as they sound. But as I think I agree with the point that AB made. Like buying a jersey, I mean, not buying their jersey is it. I don't think it is something which everyone will do. So I
Yeah.
think there have to be other ways which have to be pursued. to pile more pressure onto the owners. And the thing is, since we are already talking about it, I would say that I would like to refer to the Sky Sports video which has just been released today, where one of the Sky Sports reporters is actually trying to interview Joel Glazer, but he has not responded. Maybe it's a smart
Mhm.
move. Maybe it might just be the correct thing to do to not speak to the
Mhm.
press right now, specifically because Sky Sports, they are like the Republic TV or NDTV of the UK when it comes to sensationalism. So it's not really it's not a bad move, but then again, the sheer arrogance with which he did
Yeah.
not respond.
Actually, that was Avram Glazer, I think, not Joel, I think.
It was
No,
Abraham
It
it
was
Glazer.
was.
Avram Glazer, I think. Yeah, the other one.
Oh, okay. All right. But so my point being, the sheer arrogance with which he did not
Yeah.
respond, it only syncs with the image which we already have for the Blazers. Like it's not that we have. I mean, okay, we have thought of something different from him, and this is something that has surprised us. In fact, this is something which is totally expected. I mean,
Mm.
forget this. The letter, the apology letter that which we have received from Joe Glazer, it's not an it's not an apology letter to the fans. It's like an apology letter that a manager writes to its employees. We are not your damn employees. We are fans.
Yeah.
We pay for the company to run. We are the ones who generate the revenue. You can't treat us like that. So, I mean, it's just, I mean, there have to be more ways, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
We need,
Mhm.
but yeah, the way we can start is to do it on social media.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, once again, I mean, hit them in the pockets, and they will start to react, and that's the only way to get a reaction out of them. Now, before I talk about tomorrow night's game, small, a lot of things coming out in social media, especially us linking back to Jadon Sancho and how we are how we can sign him for less than 100 million this season. In fact, Dortmund CEO has come out and said that I'm sorry, Fabrizio Romano on his podcast has said that Jadon Sancho will be available for less than 100 million this season. Now, I think this is just a PR stunt. I mean, Glazers are trying to calm the storm by pleasing the fans, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up signing Declan Rice, Rafael Varane, and Jadon Sancho in all one transfer window. Do you think that will be? I mean, it may go up to 200 million, but Glazers are smart enough; they will recover that money either through jerseys, or I mean, you buy Jadon Sancho and Rafael Varane, it's like you're marketing a brand. You're getting a brand itself. That the transfer itself will get them a lot of money. So they will try to calm the storm down. What they will do is they'll spend 200 million, buy these three players or any marquee signings they'll make, and then next year, and next 2 years, they won't back the manager again. Oli will get sacked. So again, fans have to stop, getting, this is like a trap they're setting us for fans. Fans will be like, yes, Glazers have improved, and they care for the club. They have spent the money, but no, yes, they have spent the money, but they're going to recover it from. They're going to put the club under more debt, more and more debt. They bought the club on debt. They took a loan and put the loan on the club, and they're putting us on debt again, back and back again. So we've got to, if they buy players, we've got to stop praising them. We've got to understand, in long run, they are going to destroy our club. They are here to stay. They're here to take the money from the club, and they'll destroy our legacy.
Uh, yeah, so that's definitely the case. So, see, Man United before they were purchased from the Glazers, they were a debt-free institution, and now they have this debt. And even like as per the stats that I have read, like one of the most recent stats, like out of the like they put a huge debt onto the club, which they actually took to buy the club, and out of that loan, a very small amount has actually been paid. A huge amount, almost a billion, the majority of the £1 billion which they have allegedly taken out of the club has actually been only to service the interest of that particular loan. So, and you just said that they will invest. They are not going to invest the money. Even that money which they will be putting would be from the club coffers, not their own. It is It is
No,
actually an official
absolutely.
stat
They
that
are going to put it from the club. Yeah, they're going to take
yeah,
more
so it is
time.
an official stat. Yeah, so it is an official stat that till date they have not put a single penny into the club. Uh, the best stat that I've heard is that the comparison between the United and City owners, Sheikh Mansour has almost put a billion in to the club, whereas the Glazers have actually taken that money out of it. And the money which they have also spent, like on the likes of Pogba and Falcao and Di Marias, or Harry Maguire for the more recent case, though that money has been from the club's coffers. They have not put a single penny into it.
Mm,
So
correct.
they are, it's it's a win-win situation for them. They have
Mhm.
not in that.
I guess, of course, Solskjaer will be happy because he'll get the backing this he needs this summer if Man United go on a spending spree. Now, Abby, what do you think? I mean, if we end up buying, big, I just mentioned Sancho, Rice, and Varane because these are the three players that all most of the United fans want. If we end up buying marquee signings and we fulfill all the positions, and let's say we end up winning the title, do you think in long run it will be profitable? Because do you think, I mean, this will, I mean, in next transfer window they will again invest or they will just stop investing? What do you think? I mean, is this positive or in long term is it again a negative thing?
See, first of all, Divi, the Glazers, as you said very correctly, they are very smart. They know where we lack right now. We lack in transfer window, and they might chip in some cash to get in Sancho and Rafael Varane. Ultimately, the fans are already attached to the club. You bring in Sancho, you bring in Rafael Varane. Ultimately, they feel good. They think that Glazers are thinking about the club. They are concerned about the club, which is actually not the case. They just want to win your heart and then again fill their pockets. So just imagine the merchandise and the products the fans would buy ending, Jadon Sancho jersey or a Rafael Varane jersey,
Oh,
and that would cover almost 50% of their sale revenue. So this is a very smart move that the Glazers may play, but now again coming back to the point, they're acting very stupid. So you never know. We whatever we predict, they could go exactly the opposite of that, and
yeah.
we may again end up having no one in the transfer window. Just to your point, I just read a report that Jadon Sancho may be available for 86.5 million, but now
Yeah.
that's again
Yeah.
a fake story. I feel that is
No,
again
no,
just
no.
to
He
get
is.
some.
It's coming from a. Yeah, but yeah, we won't. We will buy
The
it or not.
point
That's
is
again. Yeah.
exactly the point is that irrespective whatever the value would be, this is just to please the fan, just to make them feel that that we are still interested in him, and there could be a
Mhm.
possible move to United. But the actual thing that's not going to happen until and unless United fans actually catch hold of the Glazers. So maybe the next fight
Yeah,
they actually have a good one with the Blazers, and then Sancho could be coming to United.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think this has been a trend. Like maybe, as AB said, that I think Glazers have kind of invested more onto the PR side. Like ever since they have taken over the club, we have always had huge links with some great players. It was Wesley Schneider, be it Wesley Schneider, or before him it was Lucas Moura even. So we've had links with all these massive, massive players. But then again, in the end, they just go somewhere else. So whatever was being said about the link to United was being published by the PR team. So it's just nothing. It's just made out of thin air. So it has happened. And one more thing that I would like to add, that even if they do go on a spending spree, it would be
Mhm.
something like what happened in during Van Gaal's first season. Like they'll probably buy someone like a Di Maria, they'll buy, and then they'll just buy like a Falcao on a loan. So
They already
so
got. I think
yeah.
Cavani
So now
already
they've
agreed for a loan another year.
already secured Cavani's
One year
services,
extension contract. Yeah.
which is technically free. They are not paying anyone else. They're just paying his wages, and
Mhm.
for them it will be reasonable because he's doing the job. The bare minimum criteria is met. So yeah, it's again. I'll say that. What we can compare the way they are running the club to is to a lot of the I mean it's a very American way of running the company
Yeah.
because running a club because this is a concept which I've seen there that they just invest to the bare minimum, very capitalistic thing, invest minimum and maximize the profit. That is the only thing they are doing. So if they get another defensive midfielder or a central midfielder which we are looking for, if there's someone who is available for free, they will sign him. But it
Yeah,
would not be the first
go for the
option. It would
cheaper
be second.
option.
Yeah, it would be third, fourth, or fifth alternative that would be signed. But he would be hyped as if he's the superstar. He's like the next Messi or Ronaldo, which wouldn't be the case.
Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. I mean, we may end up signing Sancho as well, but then again, was is it a priority? The priority is centre back and centre defensive midfielder. We may end up signing Ben White and defensive midfielder. We may end up signing a player we don't even know, and he may not be even good enough. So this your point is absolutely right, and we've done that in the past. Look for a cheaper option. They may not go for Varane and Kunde. They may sign Pau Torres because he's not because he's better than them, because he's cheaper than them. That's the entire
Yeah,
motto.
exactly. I remember there was this Newcastle midfielder. There was a central CDM from Newcastle that we were linked with. I forgot his name.
Mm.
There are two. They are like there are brothers. I just forgot their
Yeah.
name. I'm surprised to hear that you were even linked with them. Not Matt Ritchie. I think I don't remember that person's name. It's not striking me now, but those are the kind of names that we are linked to. Now, the other player, Musa Dembele. Why would we even be linked to someone like a Musa Dembele? He's not even he's not even playing much for Barcelona. It would be
I think
he's already a new version of
Usman Dembele,
Sanchez.
right?
Why? Sorry, Usman
It's
Dembele. My
Usman Dembele.
apologies.
Yeah, not the Musa is the other one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, Musa is the other one. My apologies. Yeah, so Usman Dembele, the one Barcelona signed from Dortmund for about what 100 plus million pounds.
150 million.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't make sense. So those are the kind of players that we are linked with. So
Mhm.
it's the standards are showing up, right? You can judge the
Mhm.
standards as to where the club is going in terms of even signings and directions and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's hope that at least Ole gets back this summer. Again, the movement shouldn't be stopped, and the Glazers out movement has just started, and we need to be united as a fan base. We need to be united, and make sure that these owners either improve or get out of the club, because most important thing is that we win trophies on the pitch, not off the pitch. The branding and sponsorship, that's we had a lot of money from that. What we have to do well is on the pitch. Now, talking about on the pitch, we've got a semi-final second leg tomorrow night, and it's a brilliant chance to rest players, because while we were starting the video 5 minutes back, the rescheduled fixtures have come. The Villa game is on Sunday, then the Liverpool game is on Tuesday, and then Thursday we're playing Leicester. So 3 games in 5 days. So this is an ideal time to rest Fernandes, Rashford, Maguire, Luke Shaw, start Van de Beek, Twanzebe, Eric Bailly, give chance to Diallo, because we've already have a four goals lead. I mean, you you cannot risk these players, because they're going to play 3 games in 5 days, and all the 3 games are big games. Villa is a difficult team to beat. Liverpool, we all know. Again, Leicester City, they've beaten us in FA Cup. So how important these 3 games are to so that we end this season on a second position. We cannot afford to drop down to third or fourth position. So, guys, what do you think? Do you need to start? Do we need to rest almost the entire team, or at least have one or two starting players? AB first, you first.
DV, I think so. We can start with all the players who are there on the bench, and especially Donny Van der Beek. I would love to see him play. This is a great opportunity,
Yeah,
so
it
that
is.
all the big players, they can take rest, because just a small correction, DV. I think so. The Liverpool game is on 14th midnight. 12th, 11th we
Yeah,
face Leicester
it's
City.
13th there and 14th there India time.
Correct.
14th, yeah,
So,
early morning. Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
So 11th we face Leicester City, and 9th we face Aston Villa. But see, all these are big games. What we also need to keep in mind is we are on number two on the Premier League table, and
Correct.
Leicester is
Yeah,
just 4 points behind us.
4 points
So,
behind us.
a
Yes.
drop in any of these games could, be beneficial for Leicester, and they
Mm,
will be keeping an eye on our games as well. Now, compared
correct.
to our fixture, they have a very relaxed fixture. So we
Yes.
need to make sure that we have all our top players in proper rest, in proper form.
Mhm.
So yes, absolutely correct. I would like to see Zwanzebe, Eric Bai, Amad Diallo, we can rest Bruno. Maybe Donny van der Beek can take his position. Not
Yeah.
when I mean his position is not in the actual sense though, but yes, he
Yeah.
can start in place of Bruno. And I think so. Daniel James, these are all good players who have good opportunity to start now. More or less, I think so. It could be a McFred combination again that would start because we'll play more of a defensive game tomorrow than
Yeah.
attacking. Because as you said very
I think
correctly,
Matic will start tomorrow. I feel Matic will
exactly.
start tomorrow, man.
I think
He,
so.
he
Even
needs he needs to gain time.
yeah,
Mata
Matic
and
and
Matic
even
should.
Mata would start. That's what
Yeah,
even
yeah.
I feel. And
Hmm.
Donny van der Beek would get a chance. Uh,
Hmm.
and Amad Diallo should start again. So see, more or less, I feel, as I said again, the main players, the players who
Hmm.
require for the next week, the upcoming
Hmm.
week, big fixtures should be rested because all three games, the Villa game, the Leicester game, and the Liverpool game
Liverpool.
are quite big. A loss even in a single game, you miss out on a single game, you have equal chances to drop down to number three from number two.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. We
So
don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly, and it becomes very crucial. And just imagine we win tomorrow, which I assume and I think so we would win, and we go to the finals, and we don't want to lose out any of the big players in the finals
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
either going to be Villarreal or it's going to be Arsenal. More or less, I think it would be Villarreal, and they are doing absolutely a wonderful job, Devi. It
Yeah.
would be
yeah,
great if Arsenal would come in again. It will be a English team to be battled, British team to be battling out on the final day, but
Yeah.
more or less I feel it'll be Villarreal. But the main point is here, let the players who are there on the bench get an equal opportunity to play tomorrow. Let them give
Hmm.
some game time. Maybe one or two could have a potential to start in the coming upcoming week as well, depending
Correct.
on
Yeah.
how their
Depending on the
performance.
performance. Yeah, yeah.
Correct,
Right.
depending on their performance. So that's what I feel. I hope we win tomorrow's game, Davy. And
Yeah.
most probably we would do that easily. Four goals beating us 4-0. We are not that bad team. Irrespective of whatever we had past problems in our defense, we are still not that bad. So let's
Yeah.
hope we win tomorrow and we cruise towards the final and then hope towards for the next week the big matches for the next week.
Yeah. Correct. Prashant, quickly your school and predictions.
Score prediction for tomorrow, I guess. I think we will go with a very defensive looking lineup tomorrow, as AB pointed out. I think it would be maybe something like a 1-1 or a 2 all, or maybe even a nil-nil. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a nil-nil because I think if we are resting players, I think Oli will go out with a very negative and defensive mindset. And it's only obvious because this tie is already done and dusted, and the league fixtures, as AV has said very articulately, is that the league fixtures will take priority on this case. They are all
Hmm.
big fixtures: Aston Villa, Leicester, and Liverpool. The Leicester one is specifically important for us. Like if we at least win that, we have a very good cushion ahead of them. And with the last few games left, we can be pretty sure of the second spot, so that we don't even fall into the race for the top four.
Hmm.
The top four there itself gets sealed. We don't have to
Yeah.
then worry about. We don't have to then win the Europa League just for the Champions League. We will win the Europa League as a trophy. So
Yeah.
that
Correct.
is so yeah. That I do think that it'll be a defensive lineup, and I think it'll be something like a nil-nil or a 1-1. So yeah, I may not be watching it.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope and we come out of tomorrow's game, and with not much injuries, and we
Yeah,
seal the deal and go to the final because we all want
yeah,
Ollie to win a trophy because that's what he's been missing. He's done really well. The progress is there. Yes, there are some debatable topics on style of play and giving chances to some players, but yes, the progress is there, and we all want him to win trophies. We all want Man United to win trophies. That's very important.
yeah,
And like AB and Prashant, all of you watching this show and all Man United fans are in agreement with me. Now, just a small update. I'm not sure whether you guys are aware. The Fulham game will have fans at Old Trafford for the first
Yes.
time in almost more than a year's time. So, the Fulham game, which is I think on the 18th, that's when 18th of May. That will have fans in the ground. So, and that's not just Fulham, but a lot of clubs will have fans on the ground. So it's really good to see. That's almost a year now, more than a year that we have fans on the ground. So it's really good to see that, guys. we have already passed our time. Thank you both of you for coming on the show. It was really good talking to both of you, and I
Same
would
here.
like more of this show to happen. So we can share our opinions and thoughts, and thank you very much, guys. And guys, do subscribe to our channel if you're new. Don't forget to turn on the bell icon to get the latest notifications. We'll see you in the midweek after those, in between those congestive fixtures, and we'll talk about more of game than and less of Glazers, because this was more of Glazers and less of game time. So yes, we'll talk more about the match reactions and previews. Thank you, guys. Take care of yourself and stay safe. Bye, AB. Bye, Prashant.
Bye.
Bye guys. Take care.